little bit. I mentioned the NFL news. Carson Wentz being traded to the Washington Commanders.
Man, you should be excited, man. Y'all a poverty franchise. You got a guy with a name.
Not poverty-ridden franchise. They're a storied franchise, man.
No, we are much like the Lakers. We are both a storied and a poverty franchise. A poverty franchise does not mean you are literally one of the lowest spending. It just means the way you do things. You do things terribly.
Hey, y'all are poverty.
This is a classic. Washington Commanders move where you end up looking stupid and you do some stupid things, and that's bringing Carson Wentz back to the NFC East for some reason.
You guys tried though, right, Pete? From what I understand, you
Yeah,
guys
tried to get Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
and failed.
but he would not waive that trade.
So we got
I ain't coming to these
bootleg.
buffoons.
So we got bootleg. I don't know, bootleg. Not even. I don't
Instead
know
of Sierra, who did they get? Saying
homeless
Man,
man.
those folks got Doja Cat or something.
No,
No, what's that Doja Cat? She's a big
I
deal.
was gonna say not Doja Cat.
Pink.
I got Carson Wentz and Lil Chat.
No, don't even do
do this.
that.
Hey, man, why y'all ain't got something to say about black people in Memphis, bro?
Unbelievable.
I
Man.
thought
Man,
I threw it with
mute
Carson.
your own mic, man.
I threw it with Carson Wentz. man.
Carson Wentz's wife looks exactly like I thought she would look. I mean, if you had just asked me to pick out of a hat a bunch of pictures, and if I find the one that's Carson Wentz's wife, I guarantee you I would have nailed it, 100%.
Yeah, she does.
She looks exactly like I expect Carson Wentz's wife to look like.
You can almost predicted her name would have been Madison.
I can, yeah, Madison again. That's another absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have. I bet you walk into their house. I bet you they got a lot of like
He said
live,
Madison.
laugh, love, and like a lot of candles. A
Yep.
lot of
Home Sweet Home.
home sweet home, and in this house we serve the Lord.
Sounds like Mickey's house to
you
me.
know,
And,
Mickey
cinnamon
Krzyzewski.
candles, apple cinnamon candles, and
so much of that, and
Sandalwood.
I guarantee you that there's at least one Confederate flag somewhere
Hidden in it,
or
yeah.
maybe not so hidden. I don't know. This is the new quarterback, huh? Oh.
Little Indian blessing up in the house.
what you know about that, man?
Come on, man.
Pete, you know what that is? Money House Blessing?
He got,
Hey, this is
if
the
he
ultimate,
doesn't know,
wait a minute. This
he
is
knows
the
the smell.
ultimate culture test.
He knows.
Peter Emerson, you got 10 seconds.
He
What is
knows.
Money House Blessing?
He knows.
No, I don't. I don't know.
Okay. I'll text you a picture.
Miss Margaret.
I think
Give Miss Margaret
Give
here.
Miss Margaret.
that sounds familiar, but I don't.
I guarantee you.
You know it when you smell it.
Yeah.
When Miss Carolyn came to your house to clean up, some Money House Blessing got pulled out. I promise you that. It's the most. What's the word I'm trying to say? Like when you smell it, you know it.
It's distinct
It's the most
as
distinct
hell.
smell of awesomeness.
And
you'll
you
ever
know
smell.
it too. He just
When you
doesn't know he know it. He
Google
knows.
it. Google it. He's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I know this."
Oh, okay. When he sees it. Okay.
When
he
you
sees
see
it.
that-
Okay. Yeah.
When you see that Washington football team image across the front of it, you know it.
Oh man,
See, you know it, huh?
I do see it. Yes.
And you can't find it anywhere now. You can see it at Find the Family Dollar. I haven't found it anywhere.
Yeah, I see this inspired by.
It brought back many Saturday mornings.
I do remember seeing that now.
All right,
Oh
but
my
anyway.
God, I haven't seen that in ages. Oh, it's got the little dream catcher thing that was like on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. We had one of those dream catchers too, but that's a different story.
Yeah, man. Money House Blessing. Anyway.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Well,
And some people said that literally that's what it was. It was like that spray or whatever that oil was in there was supposed to bring money
Blessing.
to your house. Yeah.
boy, that's so crazy. Like that hadn't even occurred
Talk
to me.
about old Negro spiritual. Like, that never really happened, did it? Did the money ever come?
I don't know. We still overcome it to this day.
That's wild.
Man,
I haven't
Money
seen
House
that
Blessing
in-
was
I-
that stuff, boy.
Yeah,
Anyway,
forever. Wow, that's crazy.
I'm about to go on Amazon and order me a 3-pack.
Yeah, get that in there.
Anyway.
Bendición de dinero al hogar. That's you want to see?
Boy,
it?
that's my whole childhood in a picture right there, boy. Man.
Y'all come spraying it in these halls.
That image on there is basically you get canceled for
Yeah,
that.
you
So
cannot. That's probably why you don't see it on shelves
It's got to
anymore.
be the Money House Commanders. Yeah, yeah, you can't do that.
That's it, Money House Commander.
Different day and time.
That's not allowed. Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the latest in the baseball situation. A lot of NFL news around not just my terrible news, but some other news that's probably more enjoyable for a lot of people. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. We'll tell you what happens when you join a poverty franchise. It doesn't take very long for you to end up in poverty. LSU finally getting some word of some stuff happening. It's been quite a long time, and maybe you thought they forgot, but they haven't. Boy, wouldn't it just be like the NCAA to, like, let's say Memphis gets a bid to the NCAA tournament on Sunday, and then like Monday morning the IARP comes down with a postseason ban and an announcement and all that stuff.
Why are we talking like that?
Wouldn't that be just typical? Just typical. And we've already got one in the books, by the way, a final in the ACC tournament where Florida State just barely just almost came back and beat Syracuse, but ended up only losing by 39, 96-57. What a
Man, smacked them.
Not used to seeing that from Leonard Hamilton's group. If you want to join me in saying you can on the AutoZone listener line, get in the zone, AutoZone. They make that for the car, money car blessing.
Not sure, but I know they'll spray it in the car.
I mean, you can definitely spray it. I'm sure you can spray it.
That smell is
like
so
a-
distinct, man.
Yeah,
I literally want
wonder
to go on
if you couldn't put
Amazon.
that- I wonder if you couldn't put that in the car. AutoZone, if they have it, AutoZone has it for you. Check out AutoZone 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line, 901-360-8255. If you want to join us, we'd love to have you. Text us, call us, hit us up. We'd love to hear from all of you. And you can chat with us as well. We're streaming. We're on the app. We're on various streaming platforms all over the internet. You can watch us anywhere you want. Solidarity and shout out to our Ukrainian listeners and followers out there. We appreciate y'all. Keep doing y'all's thing. Let's check the stats on that, Darian. See if we got anybody in Ukraine listening.
Will do.
See how I said that?
Yeah, it ain't
We
that.
literally have no way of doing that. I just
Hey, man, don't give away our secrets, man.
just made that up.
Don't give
I
away
bet,
our
but see,
secrets.
Darian, I like to just test. That's just a test. See if Darian's on top of it, but he's on top of it.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
I
on
believe
with
he's listening.
Today, he's on top of it.
Yeah, don't we also have another special guest in the second hour?
We do.
All right.
Oh yes,
Got
of
an
course.
actual state champion
Absolutely.
in the house, man.
And
We
Not
have
in the house, but-
we have he's
Build them up.
got a story or two
Yeah.
for us.
My man D. Wilkes, good friend of mine, just won the state championship of basketball over at FACS.
Good friend of yours and cousin of mine.
For real.
Absolutely.
I throw a lot of little shout outs to D. Whenever Carl used to be on, I used to slick a lot of FACS talking. We're going to have the man on today, man, celebrating the first state championship in school history.
Absolutely. Him along with his little brother, Melvin Wilkes.
Melvin Wilkes, yep. Two
Both of
White
them.
Station
Former
alumni,
White
yep.
Stations, yep.
And I'll tell you this right here. I'm going to bring this story up as well. D. Wilkes, Coach D. Wilkes is probably, I'm not joking when I say this, probably the best, shooter of a basketball I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever seen D miss a shot. I'm being dead
Come on,
serious,
man.
bro.
Don't do Taria Moore like that.
I'm dead serious. D. Wilkes is probably the best shooter I've ever seen. We'll talk about that when he joins us later on today.
I think he's the best floor general I've ever seen.
Who, D?
Uh-huh.
D's a real deal, man.
When when he was out there for White Station, I just best floor general. I think I kind of wanted to be him when I was smaller.
That guy. He'll join us today. And
He and Robert O'Kelly out there getting it in.
oh, yeah, for sure. He'll join us today at 2:25 and be good stuff.
Is the shooting form as good as mine?
Probably.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll find out.
Man.
You ever shot at half court before? You know
Yeah.
those little half court shots? You make one?
Yeah, there's a video. There's a actual
Like Ernie Johnson. Let me find it. I gotta find that.
Right.
Like little Ernie Johnson when he was back in the day with TNT when he dunked on the small goal. We gotta find some footage of
Oh.
Peter
Let me
2004 Grizzlies.
No.
Nah, find some.
Him up in Verdi Cell.
I'm still trying to find that Knowledge Bowl video when Peter snapped off and threw the mic.
Oh,
yeah?
That video has been scrubbed. But it's out there somewhere. They
Were you a
probably-
participant or
Yeah,
you a host?
I was
Just a
a
participant.
4-year participant.
What?
Man, come on.
Senior year, man, I had the pressure on him to get that last championship.
You made Todd Murray slap the hell out of you.
Yeah. It's just weirdo.
It was Kyle Rote Jr. at the time who was the host.
What?
But absolutely, yes, it was just. Hey man, look, I got mad. My teammates weren't handling it. We gave up a listen. I don't even want to. I didn't want to bring it up, man, because it's
They said his teammates.
We were White Station was like the best team in the area, and we were killing them. And I'm not. I was putting up basically a, Kobe-esque performance. Like I was on fire. We were up big going into the final round, which was current events. And then these jokers just like went through the current events like it was like a hot knife through butter. Like they were buzzing in. I think they had the questions before. They were buzzing in before we could even get anything out. Like it was. And so my frustration was my senior year. I was captain. I was a 4-year starter. I was had been on the team. Had been there through different. They changed the studio when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing the top bottom format. Then they went side to side when I was there. I mean, I'd seen it all. Yeah, I'd been through, a lot of wars in that arena. And so when it finally was over and I knew that was it for me, I got frustrated. I'd grab the mic cover and just threw it down. And it bounced out into the crowd, and then I had to very sheepishly go get it out of the crowd in front of a bunch of like parents and stuff who were like, "What is wrong with you?" So yeah, it was.
Oh man, do better, Peter.
Hey,
Look at the example you said.
the temper.
Hey, you know what? No wonder.
Temper got me a little bit.
No wonder Peter wants to get rid of everything. He wants to get rid of the shaking hands after a game. The handshake line. He wants to get rid of the Star Spangled Banner. Like no wonder.
Yeah.
Someone a poor sportsman is the man sitting across from you.
I had to learn, man. I had to learn.
Peter said he tore up the set, man. That video's got to be somewhere.
I mean, it probably is somewhere.
It would have to be somebody's parent that recorded. Like I doubt Channel 3 gives a crap about this.
Well, no, I bet they've already taped over.
Yeah.
That
tape has been ran over.
Been, over many times. They can't
over scrubbed. Yeah.
They're not like, we gotta keep that Peter video. If he ever runs for office or something, then it's gonna bring it out. This is the kind of guy you want leading your team.
Do you just see a raged face of Peter with like a still shot of Peter with a raged face with a foam mic cover flying towards the camera? But yeah, man. But Peter, do better, man. You're setting a bad example.
Listen, it was when I was 17.
You old enough, man.
So, I mean, it's just how it is, man. It's just unfortunately, that's hey, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah.
That's why I never recommend having the that last second shot or that. After last second shots and people are emotional. You don't need to have that handshake because sometimes
leave it alone.
Sometimes you might just throw.
Might be like young Peter Emerson.
That's exactly right. Oh yeah.
What kind of sportsman is your boy Carson Wentz going to be for your Commanders? I'm not calling them folks Commanders, bro. I'm sorry. That's not. It'll take me years.
No one is doing that. I totally agree with that. 100%. No one's doing that. It's the worst. Absolutely the worst. All right. Commanders.
What did y'all deal him for? What did y'all deal to get him?
All I've seen is multiple third-round picks.
Oh, man, I was about to grass pearls. I thought you were about to say first-round picks.
No,
that's a little
third-round picks. I mean, that's bad enough.
But I mean,
I'm just.
I see you're feverishly looking.
I got to find this shot now. I was very, very upset about this. I don't want to. I'm still, and you just have to forgive me, man, because I'm extremely angry.
I know you are.
What's that? You can tell.
I mean, what are we out here doing? Like,
but is he not an upgrade though?
We had Taylor Heineke as like. There are 50 guys that would have been upgrades. I mean, we couldn't draft one of these dudes. Malik Willis, give me Malik Willis.
I mean, you still got a draft. Where are you guys picking in the draft?
That doesn't matter. Nothing matters. They're just gonna screw it up.
Yeah, I do agree.
I'm just so. Like, when you're a fan of it, it's like it's just like Grizzly fans.
It's like when the Grizzlies need a shooter and they go get
and you need a shooter or you need a backup point guard for 15 years and you go and get like Keon Dooling. And you're like, what? What?
Or what's
Gilbert
the guy,
Arenas, who's 35
what
years
was the
old.
guy's
and
name
can't-
they had? Tony Douglas.
Yeah, Tony Douglas or
Yeah.
Marcus Williams or like any of these other clowns. Like what are these? What?
Marcus Williams.
Yeah, like I mean, it's
Oh man.
Jeremy Pargo and you're
What's the guy's name? The guard that went to Texas A&M. Oh man.
Yeah.
Vernon was big on him. I can't remember. He was really good in college, but he just was
AC
not
Law?
in. AC Law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AC Law.
Another former Grizzly.
Yeah,
I was really big on him coming out of A&M.
Yeah. His knees were jacked up or something. Something about him went right.
he's jacked up in general. Whole thing's jacked up.
AC Law.
So they had all these, and that's what it was like when you're a Grizzly fan. You're like, okay, and you're gonna go get, some whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna work, and you're just gonna be, irritated. Well, there you go. I knew they were in need of a quarterback. Knowing that Washington was in the mix, trying to get Russell Wilson, and apparently they offered a hot deal, and maybe Russell didn't, waive the no trade or whatever, but at least they tried. That would make some sense. Like you're mortgaging a lot to get him, but he's a a guaranteed quality guy. Carson Wentz is frustrating.
Facts.
Frustrating quarterback. Is he vaccinated yet?
Hey,
I don't even know
I
if
would
he's
bet
va-
on-
I don't even know if he's been vaccinated yet.
I would bet on no. Let's see if the interweb has any update on that.
They're probably into that QAnon stuff.
Let me see. It's Carson Wentz vaccinated.
Probably into that stuff, honestly.
First
probably
thing that
into that.
popped up on Google. As of September
Oh, September will come out.
2nd, he was not. December 28th, Carson Wentz on COVID list. He was unvaccinated on December. I bet that he's not vaccinated, especially since COVID protocols have been totally removed from the NFL.
It's
Nope, I have one more reason. Did you get to February 21st? Says unvaccinated Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, yeah. So no, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Of course, there's your quarterback.
This is the decision making process right here. Here's what we got going. Is he immunized like Aaron Rodgers was, where he took some sort of tinctures and then he did a 12-day cleanse and
Talk to
pushed
his
himself all over the place?
Let me see.
Now he's
Spray some money house blessing.
Yes. Yeah,
Is Carson Wentz vaccinated?
it's like a money house blessing.
Sleep, survey said.
All right.
Nope.
There it is.
Can you do a money house blessing enema? I think that's what he meant.
They did have an incense, so he might have stuck that and burned it.
Yeah.
Definitely had the incense. Yep.
They need to put one of those inside the whole Washington Commanders franchise. Just,
Yeah, just spray some money house blessing.
well, they got money.
Yeah, if I say money,
Money's not a
it's-
problem. It's just the way they use it, the blessings, the lack of blessings, the ownership. I'm telling you, a bad owner is the worst thing in the world. It's the worst thing in the world. Or
'Cause you can't fire 'em.
Or a bad governor.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing in the world because you can never get rid of them. And and especially one like him that's got plenty of money and has an absolutely mind-blowing ego. You're never going to get rid of him.
Yeah, you can't get rid of him.
Never.
He's not gonna sell unless he wants to sell. He'll die and give it to his family. So. Bad stuff, man.
So frustrating.
Very, I can tell.
I keep getting kicked out of the Zoom. I'm not doing this on purpose.
I don't know. I can't. It's not my fault.
I'm gonna switch computers. I don't know.
Oh yeah, let me look down. Saying yeah, I don't see you.
Yeah, it's the second time it's happened.
Darian with the confirmation there. That's pretty sure.
Maybe I'm hitting something by mistake that's logging me out.
Yeah, you probably.
Something stopped working on the computer I'm using.
Why don't you turn them both on and get multi angles?
Yeah, that'll be tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost like some,
Give the people what they want.
almost like some meta viewing of the show. you know?
Put one up on the ceiling. Have it
Yeah.
down top.
Get the full
Get the
meta
full
experience. for you.
360 sane action right there. All right, we come back. We're going to get into last night and a spectacular performance from the Grizzlies. That'll make me feel better after.
Great.
After, I'm not talking about this anymore.
You've been going through, man. This whole segment, you've been.
I ain't talking about this right now.
Somebody send people some money blessings.
You can't do this like 5 minutes before the show. You can't do this 5
Yeah.
minutes before the show.
Man, we were talking.
Just
We was
catch
in the
me-
hallway talking
just
to
catch me.
jokers.
I was just feeling
That
good.
breaking
Man,
news
just
came.
Having fun. I
Impressive.
mean, having a great time. Hey, what's going on, guys? We're all just catching up and having a good time.
Peter was up here 10 to 15 early. We was in the hallway checking.
Yeah. Just hanging out.
Checking out the scene.
Yeah. And then that's what happens. And then now it's ruined. It's ruined my whole day. It's ruined the whole day. All right. We'll come back. Okay, Commanders. You've had your fun. All right. All right, Jerry Lawler.
Y'all were in the hall. Y'all heard my breaking news. The
Generic
commander.
generic ass breaking news montage.
Yeah. License free.
License.
Golly. All right, we'll come back here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 98.5.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If you have damage to your home and have your insurance carrier involved, you need a great contractor. You also need a team that has seen claims of all shapes and sizes, residential or commercial. After our inspection, we'll share our findings and give you our professional opinion. Some people say you get what you pay for. However, our opinion is free. Trust the name you can depend on, like the tens of thousands of families Brian and I have served over the past 20 years here in the Mid-South. Brian Elder Roofing. We'll measure your roof from outer space and share our team's experience for your property and claim. Repaired roofs, replacement roofs, big roofs, tiny roofs, insurance roofs, flat roofs, TPO roofs, asphalt roofs, tile roofs, slate roofs, metal roofs. If your roof needs some love, call me. 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing and Contracting.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farmall that's right for you.
Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and Forget, the easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and Forget works over time with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black and green stains on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing, or bleach. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget's available in a concentrate or extreme reach hose end. Purchase Wet and Forget in store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
I feel like, we have a lot of guys on this team, who spark us, defensively and, pick everybody else up. Obviously, we're waiting for, one guy to, come back, and Dylan. But as far as Jaren goes, when he's very active, on the floor, I feel like he's at his best on both ends of the floor.
Both ends of the floor.
Yeah. Give me both ends of your. I can't say that on the radio.
No, you can't.
Hey, there's been a lot of people criticizing the Jaren Jackson Jr. intro music.
Man.
I went to the game the other day, but we got there late and I didn't hear it. What do y'all know what song they're playing? You know, Darren?
Mm-mm.
Have you been to a game lately?
Not to hear his intro music.
Dan, look at this. Can you see this right here? Just real quick. I have to move this. So look at somebody. This is Jeff Calkins who took this video of me. Look at the form on this jump shot.
Is that on you?
Look at that right there. Look, that's a 3. Just look at that.
Is that an NBA 3?
Tweet it out.
Yeah, it's NBA 3.
Tweet it out so the listeners can see it.
That's the NBA 3 right there. Look at that.
Kent Sainz. Kent Sainz.
I can,
Boom. Look at that.
I can go a little bit.
Look at. I told you the form is beautiful. I don't. I had
no shot clock, no nothing, baby.
Look at that. Just boom right there. Jumpers all day long.
Looking like Desmond Wayne.
Desmond Wayne. If you need some tips,
I guarantee you he didn't have shoes on. Peter's out there.
No, I got flip flops. Yeah, I got flip flops on.
Okay.
I'm flip flopping it. But I don't care.
Hey, that's even more impressive.
Hey, man, the jumper's pure.
That's even more
That thing's
impressive.
pure.
No shoes.
Look at that thing, man.
NBA range.
NBA all day.
Yeah.
Easy NBA range. Easy.
He said easy.
Easy. Look at that. Look at the form on that thing. Look at the arc. God, it's beautiful.
Coming like Triple J.
I told you a story. Lionel Hollins, no less an authority than Lionel Hollins. You know who? If anyone knows about shooting,
Yeah, with that finger hanging off.
those Grizzly teams. Lionel said, "I know why you get mad at everybody for the way they shoot." He said, "Because your form is perfect."
Get out of here.
He did. That's a 100% quote. Real quote. I'm not making that up. Promise you.
Peter, why you don't play some church league ball, man?
It's too
Plays
much.
softball with Harden.
Yeah, I'm teaching. I'm already teaching. I'm coaching soccer, and I got we got stuff going on. But it's
Peter be so masked up, that man being passed out on the court. local sports radio host. Peter,
Mask and goggles.
Hey,
I'm being over masked on the court.
I'm out here. No, I'm out here for spacing. That's what I do. I just space the.
You
floor.
stand in the corner.
Stay in the corner. That's
Zaire.
exactly. That's Zaire. Exactly.
So if you just stay in the corner, you don't run back down.
No. Yeah. It's 5 on 4. It's 5 on 4 on the other end. But I stay in that corner.
You're basically PJ Tucker.
Yeah, exactly. But man, you give me that ball and
it's over.
Forget about it. Now if you make me put the ball on the floor, hey, you got a chance. But
gotta make them put it.
You got
to run that defense at them. Run them off the line.
I need like a job. I need sort of a job to kind of create some space opportunities. But man,
make some guys commit to him.
That's exactly right. Then boom, kick it out.
Bam.
Run them off the line
all day.
Stats at the top of the 3-point line.
3D Edmondson. Come on now.
Hey, I just say I've a lot of people talk about it, but I got video. I got 2 videos. I showed you the half court shot, and I look at I got video of me. I'm not just making this up. I can here it is.
Man, 3D Edmondson.
That's right.
Not Peter, 3D.
No, that's exactly right. I didn't take either one. This isn't Instagram. I didn't take these videos. I didn't have somebody out there.
Nothing fake.
This is me working in the dark. Somebody else is taking these videos. I had no idea.
It was a welcome to the dark.
I got people that are so interested in my shot that they're taking videos without even out. They're just I gotta get video of this shot.
I gotta see this.
I gotta get this form for later. I gotta work on this myself. I mean, beautiful, just beautiful, beautiful form. Anyway, Grizzlies, beautiful form last night. What a spectacular performance. And saying how good did you feel early in that game, knowing that seeing it early on, you can usually tell with the Grizzlies pretty early on. Mm-hmm. Do they have it or do they not have it? And the obvious thing was, they had it in easy fashion. Watching them, the way they played, what they did, how good did you feel knowing that was what it was going to look like?
I created a rivalry between the Grizzlies and the Pelicans. When their fans were polled about what team do they hate the most, the Grizzlies won that poll. Thanks to me. I'll take all credit for that. I felt no way about this game yesterday other than another W. This team is despicable. Not even worth my energy to even get excited about. C.J. McCollum's hair is trash. Peter, we talked about what makes a chop, and what we talked about chop culture and haircut culture.
He just got there, man.
If you want to see the opposite of what a fresh haircut is, just look at C.J. McCollum's hair yesterday. That's a prime example of
no
what
excuse, man. No excuse.
They're just a crap franchise, man. They made JV look weird. JV looks like
he looks like a
JV variant or something from another.
No, JV looks like he had 2 rebounds in this game, which is just insane. Like I didn't think
they broke the man.
I paid a close attention to that bout down low
and
between him and Steven Adams.
Yeah.
I paid close attention to that. Yes.
No, his hair. He looks like Valanciunas looks like a muscle man for a mobster group. He looks like the guy that'd be in front of the. Oh, you want to come in?
Big Tony.
You want to see the boss? You want to see the boss? Oh,
one of the Jokic brothers.
You're not on the list. You're not on the list. Yeah. Wham! That's what he looks like with that hair like that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, get him out of here.
Man, looks ridiculous.
Hey, Bums.
Team Chop is in
No, he's definitely not Team Chop.
No, I'm saying the Grizzlies are Team Chop, and then they show up. These guys just show them up.
Yeah.
Steven Adams, Steven Adams, a man after my own heart. He shows up. He and I are the only two that show up in the arena in flip flops.
All weather.
All weather.
The all weather flip
All weather.
flops.
That's every doesn't matter what the temperature is. Me and Steven Adams are showing up in flip flops, and I appreciate that.
And Steven Adams is that guy. If he comes in instantly and passes up Kyle Anderson for worst dressed player on the team, he just walked in and lapped him. He's lapped him at this point. Like, we were close.
No, he didn't care. It's beautiful. He just shows up. He just does his thing, man. That's why I love him. He is. If I played basketball, it would be Steven. I'd be Steven Adams. Just show up, throw on a t-shirt, whatever you got. Hey, that's fine. Some sweatpants, throwing some flip flops. Hey, let's get to the arena. I'm not out here for I'm not trying to get these endorsement deals, these fashion. I'm just trying to get to the arena.
Steven Adams is probably the only player in the league that gave his own self the vaccine. He probably took the needle from the lady.
Oh my God!
Oh, I got it.
I got it.
Let's just stick it straight up my nose here, huh?
I'm gonna do both doses at once.
Probably stuck him in his chest.
Shoo.
All right, let's get this thing going.
Let's go. All right, Ed. Steven Adams, I think
get this over with.
I think he injected actual COVID into his system.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm fine.
I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna go ahead and get this, mate.
I got that stuff piping through me now.
No problem. I'm good. I'm gonna run through this like Vegemite through a biscuit. It's no problem at all.
Oh man, so he's not COVID. That was pumping through my blood right now. I'm good.
No problem. Just put a little shot on it in my marmalade and went on about my business.
Marmalade. Oh man.
It was a super impressive performance last night.
Yeah, for sure.
From the very beginning. I mean, obviously, C.J. McCollum continues to be CGK McCollum. I call him Certified Grizz Killer McCollum.
Oh man.
CGK, 32 points, 11 assists, 13 of 21 from the field. I mean, my God, what a ridiculous performance. Without him, it was. There was nothing left for the Pelicans, and no one else did anything for that team.
I appreciate the Grizzlies doing their own part to protect their own investment in the Lakers pick as well. Pushing New Orleans to a game and a half behind the Lakers. Pushing them down to ninth place. Good stuff. Good stuff, Grizzlies. That's how you do it.
Another strong outing for Desmond Bane. 22 points.
Might be back.
He looked, and maybe the pressure of seeing Dylan Brooks about to check back in, maybe that pushes him a little bit. Although I think they'll end up sending Zaire to the bench rather than Desmond Bane.
Yeah, it won't be Bane.
But still, a little extra pressure never hurt anybody. He looked great. He looks so confident when he takes that shot. He just has this. When he's in that zone, you really don't expect him ever to miss. Every shot looks perfect. Ja was in, tremendous form, did exactly what you would expect him to do. Completely dominated the game, 24, 8, and 8, including a spectacular alley-oop where the man just casually, eyes were on the rim. I mean, go back and watch that alley-oop. That's one of the most casual bits of athletic dominance you'll ever see. Like, he just eases up to, eye height on the rim before he just it's
nuts.
It's insane. Nearly nuts. That's how high he was. I mean, very nearly.
Oh man.
Jaren Jackson Jr. a team best plus 47.
Oh, we're gonna talk plus and minuses too. But go
in
ahead.
the game because. Now, as I tweeted out and as Marc Gasol liked as a tweet, ordinarily that would be enough for most Grizzlies season to easily take the best plus minus of the year. But not this year because you have to take into account Santi Aldama.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game.
Who put up a plus 52 when the Grizzlies beat the Oklahoma City Thunder by a NBA best 73 points earlier this year. Santi Aldama had a third best mark in the history of the NBA, plus 52.
Yeah, I remember that.
One of the great and insane individual stats in history.
On the other end, I'm trying to pull it up. I'm trying to find the box score. Kyle Anderson, his box score is
Kyle Anderson is a minus 14 in a 21-point victory.
How in the world? How? Kyle Anderson.
Yeah. D'Anthony Melton was a minus 9.
I don't get it.
Everybody on the bench was either a minus or just barely a plus. Grizzlies, the starters were the ones who completely dominated this game. Anybody else that was in there, Tyus Jones was simply a +9, which again in a 21-point win means you were essentially a minus. Brandon Clark was only a +7. Kyle Anderson -14. D'Anthony Melton -9. Conchar -6. And the other deep bench guys didn't really matter. But the starters played great, and then when the reserves came in, it just wasn't really. Brandon Clark played fine; it was no problem.
Yeah.
I do not like Tyus Jones and Ja Morant lineups. I don't.
Yeah.
That was the Grizzlies were really in control, up 20 in the first quarter, and then Taylor Jenkins wanted to go and see that lineup, and he threw in Tyus Jones and Ja Morant. Now for the year, those lineups have been positive, but it just the way it works is Tyus Jones ends up being the point guard, and so Ja is sort of floating around, and he can't quite figure out off the ball exactly what he's supposed to be doing. When he's off the ball, when he's the point guard out there, then he kind of knows, the plays are set up for that 2 or that 3 or whatever to be, the primary, driver, and he can come in off curls or whatever. When he's the 2 and not the primary point guard, it's like either or. Like either Tyus is going to run an or Ja, and the other guy doesn't really get involved to any major degree. It just makes for a disjointed kind of offense. And then on defense, it's too small and then it ends up with Ja having to guard like a bigger wing often, or it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
I'm glad you got it there because my issue was with Melton at the 3 while that lineup was
well,
going
and yeah,
on.
and then you throw in those
so
3.
if there was Zaire at the 3 possibly, or Dylan possibly, but yeah, when they had Melton, I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, it's too much. He does that sometimes too, and I think I get the idea of maybe you have a whole bunch of distributing and all that, but no, it's too much. Even Bane is not super big. Like he's Bane's thick. Like he's a strong dude, but he's not long. He's got those little T-Rex arms, so it kind of holds back. I don't like those lineups. Sometimes I think Taylor Jenkins gets a little goofy with the lineups. I think he's done a masterful job with the team as a whole. I think he's done a masterful job of making helping to create a culture that's really good. I think in general he's done excellent, but the lineup stuff still is problematic at times.
I'm concerned about because I feel like Taylor Jenkins is going to go deep in the playoffs. I'm concerned about our lower rotation guys in the playoffs. Like seriously, man. Like I know Dylan coming back is going to help a lot, but I'm just worried about certain guys not being ready for that moment because we've seen D'Anthony Melton be bad in the playoffs.
Oh, it's horrible.
In the postseason.
Horrible.
In
the bubble, he was like. I don't think he hit a shot. I don't think he hit a shot.
He was horrible. Last year he was bad in the playoffs, and I'm a little concerned about that. Kyle just gets unbearable sometimes, but Kyle have played games where he makes tremendous plays on both ends. Then they have games where he looks like his body is just falling apart.
Yeah.
It's like, so it could be really frustrating to watch Kyle sometimes. But we'll see, man. The playoffs are a lot closer than we think. Do you?
I do.
We sit in second place now. I'm almost more afraid to be in second than I am to be at third. Because I know they're saying that Kawhi ain't coming back. But, man, I don't want any part of the Clippers, man. If they're going to be 7th place, if they get Kawhi and Paul George back, even if they get Paul George back, I don't feel like screwing around with them, man. Because that team made some nice little moves around the trade deadline to kind of bolster their team. And if you throw Paul George on top of it, I don't know, man. I got a feeling that if Paul George comes back, Kawhi going to find a way to come back.
Who do you want to see?
My ideal first-round matchup? Oh, Minnesota.
I don't think they're an ideal first-round matchup.
We'll sweep them.
I don't think so.
We'll sweep them.
You kind of missed a sneaky good piece about the Clippers. Norman Powell is not playing either.
When?
For the Clippers right now.
No, I'm saying in the playoffs.
Yeah, but when Norman Powell, like you brought up Kawhi and Paul George.
He ain't done for the year, though, is he?
No, he's not done for the year, but he's not playing. But I think he's a sneaky good piece that's not playing right now.
Yeah,
so Norman Powell is coming back along with those guys.
The Clippers, bro, like I don't want to see them dudes, bro. Like if they got Paul George and Kawhi, like I would feel like we got robbed this season to be that good, and then got to get that
But it's
team.
going to be like that anyway because the Nuggets are like, what, 6 right now?
I ain't worried about that.
But still, to have to go against Peter's MVP?
Oh, yeah. I love that first round matchup just to show y'all how the
Team
MVP
Jokic
looks.
versus-
We'll work them dudes, man.
You know what? You talk about, if some of those guys come back.
Who? Oh, look at him showing his true loyalty over here, man.
I'm just saying it's they've shown. I mean, they've won playoff series.
When Jamal Murray turned into Superman, they won the playoffs. They won playoffs.
What do you think? Just out top of your head, what do you think Jokic's playoff numbers were? Just out top of your head.
Who, that year?
Last year or bubble?
Yeah, his career.
Good, because he's good. He's
good.
He's averaging over 30 a game.
Good.
Yeah,
he averaging probably over 30 a game.
I give you, it's about 26, 11, and 6, shooting 52%. It's pretty good, right?
What's Luka numbers?
It's decent. When I talk about Luka,
can't get out the first round. Don't care about the empty numbers of these dudes. You be champion over here, man. I got that xenophobia.
Sliding scale over here, just sliding it all over the place. It's no problem at all.
I got that xenophobia.
Slide it there.
Josh Giddey. Who was a Josh Giddey? Who is that? No, Josh Giddey got that work. I'm tell you somebody.
Josh Giddey.
That I'm tired of people
Who
talking
even talking about Josh Giddey? I don't know.
I'm just talking about Xenos.
Yeah, you talking about foreign people.
Yeah. You know what else I'm tired of talking about? People talking about that really ain't that good to me.
Who?
Mo Wagner. Not Mo Wagner. Franz Wagner.
Oh, who's talking about him?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people talking about that dude.
I mean,
the only time I bring him up is because I lost $1,000 because
he's fine.
Orlando took him
He's
at
fine.
number 7 or something.
By the way, I was looking. Since we were talking about this, I was looking up that the lineup we talked about: the Tyus Jones, John Morant, and then DeAnthony Melton. The three of them together is the worst net rating 3-man lineup for the Grizzlies all year by far.
Say it again.
The worst 3-man lineup for the Grizzlies. When 3 guys
Melton,
Tyus, and Ja, minus 35 points per 100 possessions in their 42 minutes that they've played together on the court this year. So I don't know why they would do that. I don't know why they would play it together. The numbers are pretty evident. Tyus and Ja together is already pushing it a little bit, and then you throw in Melton on top of it, and it's not. It ain't great. It ain't great. So no, I firmly believe the Grizzlies have got to be a little smarter with some of the lineup decisions. But that being said, last night was spectacular. Excellent performance. Did exactly what they needed to do to make a statement on national television. It was a great response to the bad game against Houston, where you're kind of wondering, what's going to happen with this team? How are they going to, jump back? What's going to be the situation? And they handled it really well. So kudos to them for that. That's what needed to happen. And in a good team, we've seen a lot of teams. If you look around the rest of the league, and we'll talk about it when we come back, but a lot of teams putting some weird performances up this time of year, especially. You get into March around NCAA tournament time, and as the season kind of comes to an end, it's been a long year. Some teams, you see teams like Oklahoma City start to shelve guys as they're getting ready to, go into extra tank mode. Other teams kind of, not used to it. You remember the Grizzly team that was the best team they've had in the regular season, the one that won I think 55 games. Had a really bad finale. Finished the season.
The team with Conley, Jeff Green, Courtney Lee,
kind of stumbled into the postseason.
Marcus All, Zebo,
because of that. So it's a little bit of a weird time. So you never quite know, and the Grizzlies need to be focused on finishing strong. We'll talk about the rest of the league when we come back as we continue here live from the Family Leisure Studios on Grind Time. A reminder coming up later on this afternoon, we got Ole Miss and Missouri, 4:30. Tip-off in the SEC tournament. If Ole Miss wins, they'll be playing tomorrow afternoon right around this time, which means we won't be doing Grind Time tomorrow if Ole Miss wins. So keep an eye on that. We'll see how that obviously is going to affect our schedule, but that's just going to be something we'll stay through as long as the Rebels are going to make whatever run they're going to make. We'll stay with them in the SEC tournament as it gets underway. This afternoon, right here on Sports 56 98.5. Back in a minute on Grind Time.
Brett Norsworthy and Gabe Kuhn drive you home with Sports Time on Sports 56. Brought to you by DeSoto Auto Sales. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
The next time you're driving into work or just getting out of the house to grab some breakfast or lunch and you see that fast food drive-through line and you know at the end of that is nothing but disappointment, well, pass right by and head to Sunrise on Jefferson. Don't settle for food that tastes just like the cardboard container it came in. Take yourself and anyone else that happens to be in the car to Sunrise and enjoy fast, fresh food made just for you. Stop settling and start enjoying breakfast and lunch. Enjoy some Sunrise.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
It's Conference Championship Week in college basketball, and FanDuel Sportsbook has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can place their first college basketball bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. The app is so easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and sign up with promo code CASH to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. That's promo code CASH. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
If you want to make money in sales, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. If you can sell, Flynn Broadcasting has a great career waiting for you. If you can sell, we have great benefits, salary, commission, sales leads, and a great place to work. If you can sell, let us know today. Send your resume to jobs@flynn.com. Can everyone sell? No. But if you can, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. Apply today at jobs@flynn.com. Start your great career today at jobs@flynn.com. Flynn Broadcasting wants you.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Yeah.
Bro, I forgot to request some Biggie today, man, for Biggie's birthday. Biggie's, no, the day he passed. I'm sorry.
Well, you messed up.
Yeah, man, it's too late now. You can't go from I dip, we dip to Biggie.
No.
You can't dip to Biggie.
Yeah, you can't do that at all.
Did you used to do the dip in the club?
No.
No, we've already established Anthony Sane didn't do nothing in the club.
No, I did. I did some stuff in the club.
Well, didn't do the dip, that's for sure.
No, I used to be doing all the little dances, man. Harlem shaking and all the little stuff like that, man.
Oh, so it wasn't the dip that got you up. It was this, wasn't it? Hold on.
But no.
Shake a little something.
What was that? I used to like New Orleans bounce music.
No, girl.
This was. Then they did. You got to line your boys up right here. And you got to get them still. Yeah, you got to hit the move. Oh, okay.
I used to like when.
Get it.
What was that song that you played? The Lumi D song.
Oh, that uh-oh.
Yeah, I used to like that.
Hey,
I used to like New Orleans bounce music when they played that.
Hey, little
The Howard Q 60-minute workout, you know.
Mm-hmm. Pump, 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 get it. Shake,
I knew
Yeah,
this was gonna get
the Florida bass music, I wasn't really a fan. Not particularly.
Brother Marquise, my role model.
All right, so the Suns survived last night. Didn't play particularly well, but they did what they had to do and beat Orlando. That was important to maintain their grip on top of the conference. And it was, listen, man. I don't think the Grizzlies or anyone else has any chance of catching them. They're a little too far ahead of things right now. Got an 8-game lead. They'll take on the Heat tonight. Even without Chris Paul, it's going to be hard to imagine. We've been without Devin Booker for a bit. Still, playing extremely well. Still doing everything that they're supposed to do. The Grizzlies are in 8th spot now. A solo half-game lead over the Golden State Warriors. Jazz sneaking up. Have started to play a little bit better of late. Even after getting trounced by the Mavs, who continue to be just kind of easing up themselves. They're half game back of the Jazz for that 4th spot. They've won 5 straight games, 8 of their last 10. The Nuggets have won 9 of their last 10 and are playing extremely well. Timberwolves, they've won 8 of their last 10 too, 5 in a row. A lot of teams streaking behind the Grizzlies. So it's gonna tighten up a little bit as we close things out. Lakers, meanwhile, not. Whatever the opposite of streaking is what they're doing. They have
streaking. That's some draws.
Brown streaking.
Yeah,
for sure. They are a game and a half up on the Pelicans for that 10th spot. Only 3 games up on the Blazers to maintain a position in the playoffs. It is going to help them that everybody else now has pretty much gone into tank mode. So the teams behind the Pelicans want to make the playoffs and probably or make the play-in and probably will. Beyond that, the Blazers have no interest in doing that. They've already shut down Nurkic. The Spurs, maybe. I mean, I don't think it's a big priority. The Kings, they just suck. I mean, there's no whether they want to or not, it doesn't matter. They're not going to. You saw Domantas Sabonis suspended 1 game for confronting and making contact with an official earlier in the week, which is an unusually large suspension and fine and all that stuff. But it's just what happens when you go to the Kings. Your career just starts to spiral. You start making terrible decisions, bad mistakes. The Thunder are going to do their best to tank. They are going to try to lose every single game to try to get behind the Rockets when all is said and done. But the Rockets have a 4-game lead on them when it comes to being terrible. And the Magic are right there in the mix, too. So in the Western Conference, I think St. is pretty much settled. I don't see any. I think the top 10, there's definitely going to be some shifts in terms of the actual seeding. But I think these 10 teams, Suns, Grizzlies, Warriors, Jazz, Mavs, Nuggets, in the top 6 spots, I think that's going to stay the same. And then Timberwolves, Clippers, Lakers, Pelicans are going to be in your play-in in some order or another. And I don't really see anybody else, doing much to change it. And that means for the Grizzlies, it's going to be sweating out that Lakers pick.
Oh, man.
Big time.
And I'm looking over here in the East. You got the Hawks in the 10th. They're a game and a half over the Wizards, which probably makes the Wizards probably think they have hope to get in. But why would you care if you're Washington, man? Just for the love of all things great, shut it down, Washington. I mean, if Washington just says we're done, we'd be good. We'd get our pick.
The Knicks have quietly been playing, not going to say better, but, I mean, they've won 2 straight. They thumped the Clippers the other night. Like, they've kind of started maybe playing okay. Maybe they jump up and kind of push the Wizards down a little bit. I don't know. Everybody else in the East pretty much sucks. So from the Grizzlies' perspective, they would play the play-in game, the play-in tournament, the 7th seed that comes out of the play-in tournament, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that you can certainly make a case for and against a lot of these teams that they're going to end up playing, because the Grizzlies have a mixed record against a lot of them for a lot of different reasons. So the Western Conference playoffs. And you heard Ja after the game last night, and I thought that it was appropriate. He was asked, what is it? What does this team have to do to continue to generate respect and he says that they have to make a run. He said they want to win a championship. They got to make a run in the playoffs. I love that answer because like he's not shying away from it. There's no there's no like, oh, we're a young team just doing our he's setting the expectations high. He's setting that bar very high. We want to win a championship.
And I agree.
Is that realistic? I don't know, but like when you're the second seed in the West, 80% of the way through the season, then you're a title contender.
Yeah,
like, you're one of the best 3 records in the NBA. Yeah, I think so.
I was on with Harden earlier. We were talking about this very thing.
John Harden.
Yeah, not James Harden, of course. No. I was on with Harden, before our show, and I was in one of those Twitter spaces the other night, and they were talking about fans were kind of like, well, we're still ahead of schedule. We're not ahead of schedule anymore, man. Like once you're the second best record in the league, it does come from expectations. You know what I mean? Me personally, if they didn't hit it, I wouldn't be too messed up about it because like I said, there's a lot of things that I feel that can happen that can, we might get bounced in the first round. But I think their expectation, their planning, they're thinking as a front office and as an organization should be, let's win this because somebody's going to win a championship this year. Somebody's going to lift a trophy up, and there's no solid, favorite for that. And I think the Grizzlies have as much a chance as anyone to win the whole thing. So I agree with y'all. They should be thinking about winning the championship for sure.
And they are. They should, and they are. Hour number 2 on the way. Special guest coming your way. Hour number 2.
Excited for it to happen.
We got. We'll take a look at college basketball as we are in championship week as it rolls on. SEC getting underway, ACC already underway. Some auto bids handed out. We'll discuss all of that. We'll get through the NFL stuff. There is more news. I suppose we have to talk about Carson Wentz at some point again, probably. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
They need to hand out some money blessings.
Yes.
The Indian blessings. They know that our listeners sent us no Indian blessings yet.
They had to hand out some brains. Our number 2 on the way from the Family Leisure Studio. Stick around.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If you have damage to your home and have your insurance carrier involved, you need a great contractor. You also need a team that has seen claims of all shapes and sizes, residential or commercial. After our inspection, we'll share our findings and give you our professional opinion. Some people say you get what you pay for. However, our opinion is free. Trust the name you can depend on, like the tens of thousands of families Brian and I have served over the past 20 years here in the Mid-South. Brian Elder Roofing. We'll measure your roof from outer space and share our team's experience for your property and claim. Repaired roofs, replacement roofs, big roofs, tiny roofs, insurance roofs, flat roofs, TPO roofs, asphalt roofs, tile roofs, slate roofs, metal roofs. If your roof needs some love, call me. 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing and Contracting.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. Because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customer surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Yes, it's still winter. Yes, it's still cold outside. But Family Leisure wants you to start thinking towards spring and maybe even summer. So Family Leisure's pool and patio sale is happening right now. Come to Family Leisure to get started on your outdoor living space. Yes, I know it's cold and dreary outside, but this is the perfect time to think ahead. Pools are in stock and ready to go. Brand new 2022 patio furniture is hitting the floor each and every day. In-stock hot tubs are ready for delivery. you can get fantastic deals on play gyms, trampolines, grills, and outdoor kitchens. I know you are already looking forward to spring and summer, and so does Family Leisure. But if you sit on the couch too long, the best deals will be gone. So don't wait until it's too late. Stop thinking about spring and summer. Start planning for it. The pool and patio sale is in season right now. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road. That's Whitten at I-40, where family and fun all come together.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Just mix a packet of Eucora with water and drink it when you need support, like right after intimacy. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
Spring is around the corner. That means the sounds of air conditioners cranking up will be in the air soon. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. This month only, receive $1,000 off the purchase of a new Carrier AC unit. No gimmicks, just $1,000 off for the Choate's Early Bird Carrier AC Special. If your AC is in good shape, call us to get your $60 20-point AC tune-up to get your AC cleaned and ready for the warm seasons ahead. Choate's is here for all your cooling, heating, plumbing, air duct cleaning, and commercial needs. Call us today at 347-8086 to take advantage of these early bird specials. Or to schedule online, visit ChoatesHVAC.com. So turn to the experts with Choates. And remember, let our family serve your family.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. This hour is brought to you by Poultry Power. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
Figure y'all the Mike McDonald remix. Do time, things are slow. Let go. Y'all know about this. I wish I knew somebody. Yeah.
What just hit it just hit me, the Michael McDonald. Y'all something wrong with y'all. Sounds like him too.
He should have hopped on there, man.
Actually, you know what?
Somebody dropped the ball on him.
The reunion, they gonna bring him out.
See, there's a guy right there.
Yeah. Now, where else can you get this, man?
Exactly.
Nowhere.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Live.
You think Giannato and Jeffrey doing this right now?
Bet not.
They ain't harmonizing like this.
They ain't bumping Outkast.
No.
They bumping Michael McDonald.
Only.
Y'all can get
He ain't got nothing about that blue-eyed soul.
Exactly right. Blue-eyed soul out there, ladies and gentlemen. Make it happen. Oh! You ever heard of my boy Mark Rebele?
No.
Heard of Michael Bublé.
Bublé, yeah.
Mark Rebele. I gotta show you this Mark Rebele. I gotta show you my man Mark.
Sound like Mark Rumelad.
I gotta show you this. This dude is. I have to load this up at some point. All right, so hour number 2 is here on a busy day of college basketball. You know, it's that time of the year, man. It's March. It's conference championship week, so there are games hot and fresh coming out of the oven at every turn. And we've got it for you right here on Sports 56. Again, Ole Miss, Missouri in just a little bit from the SEC tournament. Action going on in the ACC tournament. They are in day 2. And right now, Boston College leading Wake Forest 22-17, trying to make a little Cinderella run for Boston College as they Big winners yesterday and rolling through. Syracuse already a winner over Florida State, 96-57. Syracuse, they are, and you were talking about this before the show. They have a tournament. They're kind of a tournament team. That's that matchup zone. I don't know why it should be a problem in the ACC. They, teams
regular season, they're just an average team. Their conference tournament strikes up.
Yeah, it's
Syracuse is ready every year.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah, the opener in the first round of the SEC tournament, as we mentioned, tip off 5 o'clock. Coverage begins at 4:30 right here on Sports 56. Ole Miss a 4-point favorite. If you want to hop on FanDuel Sportsbook and check it out, you absolutely can. It is Conference Championship Week, and FanDuel Sportsbook has got you covered throughout Conference Championship Week with a great deal because you can bet all the way up to a $1,000 bet for those of you that are just getting started, and it's absolutely risk-free. It is fantastic. It is FanDuel Sportsbook. You know what you love it. How many different opportunities? And I saw you during the break, Anthony, saying you might right now. In fact, right now you might be looking at your FanDuel. So I don't know. Are you looking at FanDuel right now?
I am.
See, right now he's looking at the FanDuel Sportsbook app. So is Darian.
We're addicted.
So is Darian.
Guilty.
Listen, hey, this is the time of year to do it. This is the time of year to do it because you got games on top of games on top of games on top of games. Those same game parlays are happening all over the place. You got live action happening as we speak right now. Jackson State and Texas Southern just getting underway in the SWAC tournament. Those of you who want to bet on the SWAC. Big Sky Championship is underway as well. In the first round, Idaho State, Portland State, New Mexico, Nevada at the half. So this is listen, it's all happening. Tons of games later on in the Big Ten tournament. It's going to get underway later on. The Big 12 gets underway later on. The ACC continues. The AAC doesn't get started until tomorrow, but you got Pac-12 tonight as well. You got action all over the place. So FanDuel Sportsbook, get that same game parlay going.
Man,
you can have our guy Darren. You got an 11 leg parlay.
And I got 11 right here.
11 leg parlay going on right there.
Oh, I got a 12 plus. I'm working on.
You're working on a 12
I got a tip
plus.
for you too, Sam.
What's it?
Women's college basketball. Not a lot of upsets happening in women.
Okay.
That's also true.
Not a lot. Not as much as men's.
Jump into the action with live betting. You can bet that. Now you were trying to figure out whether you should live bet on that Boston College.
Yeah, I decided against it.
Wake Forest game. You can jump in. It'll change as things go on. Big odds boost promotions going on as well. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and sign up with promo code BIGHEAD to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. That's BIGHEAD. Promo code BIGHEAD. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. So, as I mentioned with FanDuel Sportsbook, there's all these games that are going on, a lot of seasons coming to an end. The Lady Tigers, the University of Memphis women's basketball team, losing in the conference tournament to South Florida yesterday by 10. They are officially
great
done.
season for that
great
team.
Yeah, you get the
question to you both. Maybe I should have Googled it, but hopefully you guys know. Are the ladies in the tournament this year?
NCAA?
Lady Tigers? Will they make it according to the record?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No. You can get Isaac Simpson on to answer that question.
They've been doing good. I mean, I've been getting a lot of my news from Leon King.
Yeah, Leon Taylor.
Yeah, Leon King Taylor.
Yeah.
Leon King.
Yeah, that's what I like to call Leon King Taylor. That's his Facebook deal. Is it? But yeah, I just wondering how did the Lady Tigers do? Are they scheduled to be in, or are they sweating it out?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I doubt they're NCAA.
Yeah, I don't think
women's NIT maybe. But.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're not anywhere in any bracketologies or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't.
Good season though, ladies.
Oh yeah, heck of a season.
Really showed out at Memphis Madness.
Yeah,
4 hour at Memphis Madness.
All right, so you've got the women's tournament. Yes, it will be getting underway as well. Shout out to the NCAA for finally calling it March Madness with the women, not just the men. First time they're doing that. It seems like they're long overdue for that. So thank goodness that they're doing that. All right, so you have all of that going on, and we mentioned the Tigers, of course, will be in action on Friday as they begin the American Athletic Conference tournament action over in Fort Worth. Now, while all that's going on, you have NFL news too.
Here you go.
Washington Commanders are trading for Carson Wentz. The Colts are going to get the third-round pick of the Washington Commander this year and next year. Next year's third-rounder would move up to a second-rounder if Wentz plays 70% of Washington's snaps. Teams also swapped second-round picks. Colts moving up to 42, and the Commanders going back to 47. Washington is going to pay the full contract. There's no restructuring. It's a $28 million contract. Including a $5 million roster bonus due next week. And so now the Eagles had Carson Wentz, and he
started off being that dude, man.
He was okay. Before he tore his ACL, man. I mean, he tore his ACL, and he was never the same.
Didn't come back right, yep.
And he lost his job to Jalen Hurts, and I don't know, man. It's just.
How you know this isn't a redemption tale, man?
I guess you don't. 1 year for the Colts. This was 1 year ago. Wentz was traded to the Colts for a first and a third round pick. He threw 27 touchdowns and 7 picks last year, but he, again, all you have to do is look at the last 2 games of the year, including that game against Jacksonville. Jaguars were one of the worst team in the league, basically. And not only that, the franchise was just a complete train wreck with a coach who didn't even want to be there, and players who didn't want him there, and they got drubbed. Had to win 1 of 2 games to get in the playoffs last year, just 1, and lost them both. And lost to the Jaguars. You lose to the Raiders. Okay, Raiders are fair enough. Whatever. Like you probably should have won that game, but okay, the Jaguars. And Wentz was horrible in that game. Horrible.
He gave it away.
I mean, horrible in that game. Oh, man. Now you're this. I'm saying I don't.
You're looking kind of broke down, man.
I mean, it's not great for the Colts either. They've got another quarterback that they're going to have to draft or do something with because Darius Leonard, their linebacker, tweeted out just a little bit ago and said, "Here we go again. About to be 5 years with the Colts and 5 different quarterbacks." Thanks, Carson, for everything. Yeah, it's been tumultuous to say the least. Much like the Broncos, they've since Peyton Manning's been gone, they just haven't quite found that.
They got it now, though.
That guy.
They got him now.
I'm not talking about the Broncos. No, the Colts. Colts still got to find their
Colts,
guy.
yeah.
Broncos, the Broncos got their guy. Colts don't have their guy, unless you think that Sam Ehlinger is going to be that guy. And I'm pretty sure you don't think that. So it's I don't know, man. Is Carson Wentz? Could he be good? I mean, he could be.
I think he'll be better than what you think he's going to be, man.
It's just going to be like Kirk Cousins all over again.
Ooh.
Carson Wentz is like a slightly worse. He's like a slightly worse Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Like they're both. If you watch them just from time to time, like they make good throws. You're like, oh, okay, wow, this is really pretty wild. Like this guy has got. Why is this guy? So, you can watch him at certain games and certain halves and certain quarters. You think like, wow, why is this guy taking so much crap? Like this guy's really good. Like this is a really good player. But when push comes to shove, just like Kirk Cousins down the stretch, ask Vikings fans how they feel about Kirk Cousins down the stretch of games. Ask them do they really trust him? As the great Houston Nutt once said on these airwaves, "Can I trust you?" And the answer is no. No, you can't. And the same thing with Carson Wentz. Can you trust him? No. Bad decisions off the field, bad decisions on the field, and you got to pay a pretty penny for the privilege.
$44 million for Kurt.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
I mean, they didn't want to pay him. That's why he ended up going to. And Kirk Cousins, one of the few guys, maybe the only guy in the NFL who has a completely guaranteed contract, 100% guaranteed.
First,
yeah, incredible, an NBA style contract.
And got a second one at that.
That sucker is absolutely 100% guaranteed. So, I don't know, man. I can't.
Pete, I don't agree with you, man. He ain't the best quarterback. He's better than what y'all had. If you got any quarterback that can do anything, bro.
Yeah, but that's not the criteria.
It's not the criteria.
That's not the
but-
criteria. I'm not trying to just get better than Taylor Heineke. Yeah,
Don't have to work.
yeah,
though.
yeah. I better than Taylor Heineke is definitely easy to do. We've accomplished that. Congratulations. You paid, multiple picks and lots of money for the privilege.
He said that's not the
Yeah, y'all did give up. Y'all did kind of give up a lot for that.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
So a 3rd round pick is.
Yeah, and they're talking about in the stories coming out of, and in fact today, as a matter of fact, Dan Orlovsky talking before this trade, because
You don't need much though, Peter.
Dan Orlovsky, who was around that, he's close to that organization, and he says it seems the Colts are more disappointed in the person than they are the player. Some of the statistics say that for the most part he was a top 10 player, top 5 for a 12-week stretch, and the Colts were 9-3. The only guys that were better QBR-wise were Aaron Rodgers and Justin Herbert. That doesn't happen by mistake. It seems like they want a leader who is different. They're more disappointed in the day-to-day person and locker room leader that he must be. And yeah, again, he's not getting vaccinated. He's not doing stuff that you would expect. He's just not that dude. And it showed down the stretch when push came to shove. I don't want that dude. I don't want that dude. Yeah, and the injury issues and all that stuff too.
Because he was supposed to be out for the season with that toe or ankle or something, and miraculously he came back. Like, he was supposed to be out for the rest of the season, but he toughed it out. Do you believe in your defense, though? The defense from 2 years ago that almost beat Tom Brady. Do you believe that still is around? Because Chase is the only person that's hurt right now. I believe in your defense.
We'll see. It's too early.
Command the defense to sack.
Too early to say. They have. I mean, they've got great personnel. Injuries were an issue, but
So you may just need a game manager. That may be all you need is a game
that's
manager.
not true. No, we saw
in
that.
the NFC now because all the quarterbacks in the AFC.
All quarterbacks in the AFC.
Go fix your goofy logo with these weirdo dates y'all got around.
Peter, I'm gonna try to make you feel better.
You can't.
I can.
You can't.
With Carson Wentz in your defense,
You can't.
Can you beat the Giants twice? I say yes.
I mean, who can?
I'm just trying to give you your division.
Who can beat the? Of course. Anyway.
Okay.
Beating the Giants twice is not.
Can you beat Philadelphia twice? I
don't think Carson Wentz versus Philly. I don't want to see that.
That
That's gonna
defense. I'm banking on your defense. And I say y'all will split with Dallas. I say you go 5-1 in your division next year.
No.
Okay. No. 4-2 at the worst.
No.
You're gonna split with Philly and you'll split with Dallas. No. And you'll take 2 from them.
No. Okay. He's just no. He's not the same dude. Not the same dude. Again, he hurt his knee at the end of the 2017 season, a season where he was in the MVP discussion. He was so fantastic, and then from that point on, it just wasn't the same. His record has plummeted as a quarterback. His leadership, all that stuff, decision making, it's just not there. So I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see it. I hope it all works out. I hope somehow but he's going to go to an organization that needs leadership, and he's not that guy. He's not the guy that's going to provide that. So that is the issue there. The Seahawks, as we talked about yesterday, after trading Russell Wilson to the Broncos, they're definitely in full rebuild mode at this point now. You see all the picks and everything else that they've gotten. They're going to release Bobby Wagner, all-pro linebacker. A lot of teams are going to be very interested in jumping into the mix there. We mentioned the quarterback situation in the NFC East. The Giants reportedly making a run at Mitch Trubisky. Please, Lord, I beg of you to do that.
It'll help you guys out.
It'll help the NFC out.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be wonderful if you could just.
So are they done with Mr. Jones? Saquon is up for auction as well. So.
Well, again, they should never have. It should never have happened. They should never. That was such a waste of a pick at this point. Just crazy. The Titans, Harold Landry, signed to a 5-year, $87.5 million contract. $52.5 million of that is guaranteed. 12 sacks last year for the Titans. And really good.
Yeah, good to see them lock him down.
Good to see them lock him down. It was, it was kind of had to be done. The franchise tag deadline was right there, so they needed to take care of that. Disappointing finish to the season last year, losing to the Bengals. in the divisional round, but it wasn't the defense's fault, and it wasn't. They put Burrow down 9 times in that game, if you remember, and Landry was a big part of that. He was one of the best third down rushers in the league. Just a really it's a smart move. It makes sense to bring him back. Mm-hmm. A lot of money, but certainly a reasonable contract, and that's their best group. So I think they need to keep those guys together. That's their strength. Stick with your strength. Go with it.
Do you think the Titans should be more aggressive in upgrading Tannehill, especially with a lot of the quarterback movement we've seen in the last couple of days? Do you think that it's going to end up being a mistake? I mean, because AFC just got that much better with Russell Wilson coming over yesterday. So I'm looking at the Titans like, yeah, y'all really banking on just riding this thing with Tannehill.
It's over with, though. The two gold pieces are gone or staying pat.
What about Deshaun Watson?
Nobody's touching that, man. I had hope for him. Nobody's touching it.
The grand jury. His case is going to a grand jury Friday, and I don't want to they worked very hard. His legal team worked very hard to keep this from happening. Mm-hmm. But when you end up in a grand jury situation, 22 civil lawsuits, when he will also be facing, so he's going to be under potential criminal complaint. He's already got 22 civil lawsuits that he's supposed to be sitting for, and his lawyer has already said that he's just going to take the fifth in all of those cases, which certainly makes sense from there. So all of several of the women who have filed criminal complaints have been subpoenaed to appear on Friday before the grand jury, and all you have to do. So a grand jury process, for those that don't know, it's not. This is when you end up with an indictment, and then that ends up going to a regular jury trial. Doesn't necessarily mean that the standard of evidence and the standard for returning what they call a true bill, which means that you would end up having that case, having that indictment put out there, then end up going to a regular trial. The standard is much lower than a conviction in a regular jury trial. So odds are that this is going to happen. Most likely, when it gets to this point, more often than not, the grand jury is going to return some indictments. So that means that you cannot. I mean, it means what it means for him on a personal level, obviously, but from a professional level,
can't touch him.
You can't, like Hammer said, can't touch this.
What about Garoppolo? Would he be an upgrade over Tannehill? No.
Garoppolo's going to be the Colts quarterback. Promise you.
He
promise you 100%.
He would. He's a tad bit more aggressive.
They are going. Tannehill's the guy. They're not. They think Tannehill's the guy. Bro. So they're not going. They're not messing with him.
Plus, they've already paid him. So
they're not. That's what they got. They've
to have the upgrade receiving core they have, the best running back in the game, to be screwing around at the quarterback position.
They don't think they're screwing around. I mean, I agree with you.
Are they watching games?
They should have gave up the house for Russ if they really wanted to.
They should have tried to get Tom Brady.
I don't think they had the house to give up. They did, but he didn't. He went to Tampa Bay. They were right there.
I guess I heard the story, bro.
Tom is from San Mateo, California. You remember that?
Yeah, they were.
Just letting you know.
Stop.
Just letting you know.
It ain't gonna happen. All right. So when we come back, special guest time.
Oh yeah, it's going down. Get him on the line.
Who's joining us?
D. Wilkes, head coach.
Come on, put some respect on his name.
Yeah,
state champion.
I was getting to that part, man. D. Wilkes, state champion, FACS head coach, the best shooter I've ever seen,
other than me. Let's get it.
And T-Head.
When we come back, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 98.5.
The all-new Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Brought to you by Action 24/7, James Gaddis Jewelers, and Acura of Memphis. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all
tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
If you want to make money in sales, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. If you can sell, Flynn Broadcasting has a great career waiting for you. If you can sell, we have great benefits, salary, commission, sales leads, and a great place to work. If you can sell, let us know today. Send your resume to jobs@flynn.com. Can everyone sell? No. But if you can, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. Apply today at jobs@flynn.com. Start your great career today at jobs@flynn.com. Flynn Broadcasting wants you.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
If you have damage to your home and have your insurance carrier involved, you need a great contractor. You also need a team that has seen claims of all shapes and sizes, residential or commercial. After our inspection, we'll share our findings and give you our professional opinion. Some people say you get what you pay for. However, our opinion is free. Trust the name you can depend on, like the tens of thousands of families Brian and I have served over the past 20 years here in the Mid-South. Brian Elder Roofing. We'll measure your roof from outer space and share our team's experience for your property and claim. Repaired roofs, replacement roofs, big roofs, tiny roofs, insurance roofs, flat roofs, TPO roofs, asphalt roofs, tile roofs, slate roofs, metal roofs. If your roof needs some love, call me. 901-867-0303 for Brian Elder Roofing and Contracting.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. This hour is brought to you by Poultry Power. Here once again are Peter Edniston and Anthony Sane.
Will it just be me and you? Tell me.
Yeah.
You know I want you. Tell me how you feel.
Come on now.
I was about to jump in. I don't know the words. Like I thought I did.
I was waiting. Hour number 2 continues here. Live from the Family Leisure Studios. Autos and Listener Line, 901-360-8255 if you want to jump in. And I hope that you do.
Please.
But we're going to take a little moment to go to the hotline.
Go to the hotline and talk to one of the sultriest brothers. We got my guy D. Wilkes, state champion, on the phone. It ain't many of these in the whole state of Tennessee you could talk to, but we got one on the line with us today. D, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on?
Man, you got it, man.
What's happening, D?
D, I'm going to tell a story. I've heard you on the radio already this week. But being that me and you are actual friends, I can tell stories about you that no one else can bring up. The one I'm going to talk about the most was on a cool fall morning. No, it was a warm summer morning, actually, at the MAM Center on Ball Road in a limited access gym, Darian and Peter, where no media was allowed. Not many fans were allowed at all. There were barricades and barriers set up. I watched the game that featured Coach D. Wilkes, who is one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my life, versus R. Kelly, of all people.
Yeah. I remember that.
And I saw one of the greatest shooters. Yes.
Is that R. Kelly, like
D. R. Kelly?
Not Robert O'Kelly.
No, not Robert O'Kelly.
Okay.
D. Yes, my mind is telling me, but my body R. Kelly. Yes.
Yeah.
Was the ball a little wet or anything?
Was
or
the ball
was it-
extra greasy?
it was
No,
extra,
it wasn't.
it's,
No.
There's
Nah, it was good.
some slippage on the court. Or
And
anything?
the funniest thing about that game was it was a 3-on-3 game. It was 3-on-3, right, D?
Yeah, we played 3-on-3.
But it literally was like R. Kelly and his rebounders versus D and his team. Like the other
and
dudes did not shoot the ball. They just played defense, got rebounds, and passed the ball to R. Kelly.
And we really we couldn't play defense on him. He didn't want no defense.
Yeah, he didn't want nobody to actually guard him.
Yeah.
And they still
we beat him though. We beat him. Yeah.
D, I say that you're one of the best shooters I've ever seen. We're gonna get to your team in a minute. I say you're one of the best shooters I've ever seen. Where do you rank yourself as far as all-time Memphis high school basketball shooters?
Well, if you asking me, I think I'm number one. Shot for shot, I think I can go with anybody. I see a shooter all the time, every day in the gym. And so if you asking me, I think I'm the best shooter in the city. But that's just me.
There's a famous story that Chris Vernon tells where he talks about a guy that came into a gym and looked like the best shooter he's ever seen. A lot of people don't know this actually was you. That was a famous story that it was you that shot him.
Yeah.
Well, Coach
I
D,
played against him.
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Yeah, it was some summer league game. I think a friend called and asked me to play, and I went up there. I didn't know who he was at the time, and I heard him on the radio the next day. He was like, "Man, it was like a baby Dre Allen just came there just to shoot," and he was just talking about it. And, so I found out who he was. But yeah.
And I've known you for a long time. I haven't seen you miss many shots at all, and it's the wildest thing I've ever seen. I've seen you go off in the drills, hitting 40, 50 straight threes. So. It's real. The hype is real. But, D, what led you to you were a former guard at White Station back in the day, and now you're the head coach of state champion FACS Crusaders. What was your path after high school that got you to where you are now at FACS?
Well, after high school, I went to junior college with Antonio Burke. Went to Hawaii Junior College together. Then I went on to play at MTSU for my last 2 years, and I came back home. I started working at MAM for a while, and then I went to White Station for a year. Went to Crichton for like 6 years, Crichton College, and then the job opened up here, and Coach Tippett and Jeff Walker, who was the athletic director and basketball coach at Crichton, he told me to go out here and apply for this job. And man, they said they interviewed about 8 or 9 people for the job, and I came in, interviewed, and they gave me the job on the spot, and here we are now.
Well,
13 years ago.
That program is not where it was then. Describe some of the humble moments from your early start at FACS.
Well, to be honest, we started out pretty good. I had a really good team. I inherited some good players my first year, and we did really good. We actually made the sub state. I had some really good players. Got by the name of Dalton Stringer, Dane Leak. There were some really good guys. They were good, and after that, man, people back then they'll call you, hey, let's play 2 or 3 times. They want to play you as much as they could, and we started beating some of these teams, and now it's like we
can't get them on the phone.
Can't get them on the phone. We got to schedule most of the city school teams, and I think that helps our program.
Well, yeah, you guys had a difficult road as well. Heard a story about you guys had a bus breakdown or something on your way to the tournament. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we like an hour and 15 minutes into the trip, man. The bus slowly pulled over to the side. I was like, "What's going on?" He was like, "Man, we having a mechanical failure, and it broke down." And we were sitting on the side of the road for like 3.5 hours. And one of my guys that were coordinating the bus, a guy named Jack Savage, one of our parents, and he called a couple bus companies, and one of the companies he called him back and said, "Hey, do you still have that bus available?" And he was like, "Man, no, we booked out, and we picking up Trinity Christian here in Jackson." And we were right there, in Jackson. I called the coach and was like, "Hey, man, can y'all come pick us up?" We on the side of the road. They were going to the state tournament also.
Right.
And the girls team, and the coach was like, "Man, sure, we only got to have our girls on the bus." And, man, we sat out there and waited about 2 or 3 hours, and they came to pick us up, man, and it was just a crazy day. It was hot out there.
Man, y'all were probably
Couldn't get
super
any
packed
food.
on the bus too, huh?
Yeah, we had about 30 people traveling with us, so, and they only had their girls team, so
just the team.
It was a crazy day, man. It was just a crazy strain. I'd never been stranded on the highway before. That was the first time for that.
Oh man! Plus you got a bunch of teenagers, and yeah, I'm sure it was wild. Phones dying,
Yeah,
they don't know what to do, and all
Yeah,
kinds of,
that was the main problem. They was just like, Coach, our phones dead. I'm like, man, you worry about a phone? We still
we got to get to
yeah. And we had lunch set up. We had a shoot around. We had a shoot around and lunch set up at TSU. So we had to cancel all that. We finally ended up getting to Cookville around 6:00, Tennessee Tech, and we found the high school to practice at that night. We practiced around 8 o'clock that night. And then I just told the guy, man, look, let's not use the bus for an excuse. We here for one thing and one thing only. Let's win a state championship. Don't let none stand in your way. And they responded, and we did that.
And you definitely took care of that for sure. D, real quick, there are 2 players on your team I definitely want you to talk about. Daniel Ibunaway, your senior. I think you use him as a big, but he's a guy who will probably play more of a wing on the next level. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Daniel is he's about a 6'6" guard forward, man. He can just do it all. Daniel been starting here since a freshman. He's just one of those guys that, like, he did it all for. He defended, he dominated the floor defensively. He scored in the post. He made threes. He played the point, handled the ball. He did everything for it. He was just a perfect high school player. In the city, and everywhere we played, nobody could really stop him one-on-one in the post. He demanded a double team, and we had really good shooters around him. So if you double down, he was always looking to pass the ball. He was very unselfish. Just a great player, man. Getting recruited heavily right now. Got a lot of schools interested in him. So he's gonna make somebody a really good college player. Not only that, man, he's a great kid, very smart kid. Lost his dad last year to cancer, and man, he fought through all that. Man, he never looked back. Kept working hard, so he's going to make somebody a very special college player.
Another player I'm sure that you have special interest in, I'll save him for last, is Kobe Wilkes, who's one of the best on-ball defenders I've seen in the city. I've been knowing Kobe since he was, younger than Gabe. He's probably I don't want to say a baby. Yeah, probably was a baby around the time I first. Yeah, so he's a senior. I'm sure you have a special interest in seeing him leave your team. Tell us about Kobe Wilkes, the player, and just what it's like seeing your own son who's been with you this entire journey.
Oh, man, it's special, man. Kobe is just, man, he's a great kid, first of all, man. He's mine, so I got to give him that. But, man, Kobe he's a selfless player, man. He started out scoring a lot his 9th and 10th grade year. And also his junior year. So this year he just came to me at the beginning of the year and like, look, we got enough guys that can score. If it'll help us, I just want to be that lockdown defender. I want to guard the best player on the opposite team every game, and he did that. We played a lot of good guards in our league, and man, he did a good job on a one-on-one, shut him down, and it really helped us, man. It took us to another level. With Daniel, we had another kid, T.J. Thomas, that scores a lot for us, and those guys could just focus on the offensive end. And, it took a lot off them defensively. We even played a kid that was 6'8", Eddie Ricks at Clarksville Academy, and Kobe held him to like 8 points. So he was averaging he's a Mr. Basketball finalist also. And Kobe did a great job on him. And, that's something that Daniel, he didn't have to worry about guarding. He could save his energy for the offensive end. So Kobe was a big part of
he's a monster.
Championship.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, this is Darian. How are you?
I'm fine.
Hey, doing good. I want to ask you a quick question about you to switch the narrative back to you. I grew up watching you, Coach Terry Tippett, Robert O'Kelly playing AAA basketball. You guys were playing against the likes of Tony Harris and Rambo and Big Terry and all those guys. How tough or who was the toughest opponent that you guys had back when you played at White Station? Because the best game I personally ever saw were you guys against East and Tony Harris, and I think you guys edged them out by 4 points at Hamilton, if I'm not mistaken. But from your perspective, how tough was it, or who was the toughest opponent you guys had back then in AAA basketball?
Man, I had this conversation all the time, and back then, in my opinion, I wouldn't say it was just one team. Man. Everybody was good. Like, East was really good. Hamilton was really good. I mean, Houston was really good with Jack Savage and Vincent Moore and all those guys. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't even go to Wooddale and get a win. They had Bernard Duncan and all those guys. Overton had Jamie Rosser and Marcus Moody. And, Raleigh Egypt had Corey Breath. Like, everybody was good. And so But if I had to pick one team that I say was our toughest, I would say it had to be East with Tony Harris. Man, Tony Harris was just special. Like he was once in a lifetime type of player, and so I would say East.
What about that combination? All those guys, for people of a certain age, we all know all those names and what's happened with so many of those guys. You obviously are ensconced in it now, big time. What's the difference? Is it obviously the classifications and all that have changed a lot in the schools. But in terms of the quality of the basketball itself, how different is it?
Man, it's a lot different. I think back then, it was more about guys really wanted to compete and go to college and get better. I think that's what we have a advantage on guys. My guys, they not really entrenched in social media and putting up videos. I try to keep my guys focused on the task at hand. It's a lot of outside stuff that goes on with these kids these days with social media, and I think they so entrenched in social media that they losing the focus on really getting better. And I really think like the brand of basketball is not where it was back then. It's still some really good players, really good team, really good coaches. But man, I think back when I played back in '98, it was just a whole lot different. Everybody wanted to be good back then. You can go to a gym on a Saturday at Overton. You have everybody in the city there. I remember one time we was playing over at Overton. You had Quintel Woods, Antonio Burks, Chris Gardner, Robert O'Kelly. I mean, I can go on and on. Penny was there, Cedric Henderson. You don't see that anymore. I just don't think that the kids are really focused on getting better these days.
Sounds like Gaston Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D, on a personal note, everyone is seeing a lot of your accolades. Everyone is really cheering on your story to take that school, to their first state championship, something that's not really out there as much. And, me being a friend of yours, this is something I've known. This is something we've talked about, trying to help you throughout that process. You had some tough losses in the last couple of years on a personal level. You lost your mother, your father, as well as your brother in the past. Is it 2 years now since you had those losses? I believe. Yeah. What has that been like? What has that been like, and how much is this state championship kind of feel like the icing on the cake to get you through those tough times you had?
Yeah. Well, I lost my brother in November of 2019. It was just unexpected. It was just like, man, you can't even explain it. Like getting that phone call, and so when we lost him, it was heartbreaking for everybody. Like the whole family, took us a long time to get over, and we were just starting the basketball season. And so we were so busy, with trying to get the season going, and then COVID hit. So, basketball pretty much helped me get through that with him. And so it kind of gave me an outlet, to get through it with him. And so then the next year, my mom had been struggling with cancer for a couple of years,
right.
And so she passed the next year of December. It was like she had been struggling for so long, and so it was just one of them things where she just told us like, hey, I don't want to battle this no more. I don't want to fight this. I can't do it anymore. And so that was another thing we were dealing with right in the middle of the season.
Right.
And 2 weeks later, my dad just died unexpectedly. And it was just like, man, it was just heartbreaking. It was just so much.
Yeah.
But I had to be strong for everybody, man. Like I'm the guy in my family that everybody pretty much look to. So, and I had to just be strong. But basketball was that outlet, man. It just helped me just to get away from all that time. It was time I went home and cried, alone by myself. But winning this state championship, man, it's just like the icing on the cake. It was just like I know they had something to do with this. I know they were looking down on us. And, man, it just was everything. It was just all coming as one. My brother, man, he was at every game. I don't care what we played. He was our youngest brother. I have another middle brother, Melvin, that's my assistant also.
Coach,
yeah, and it was my youngest brother. So, man, he was at every game. It don't matter where it was. He was the first person there. He supported us. My mom was in the crowd. My dad, every game supporting us. And for them not to be here to see that, But for us to do it for them, man, it was a special moment. I got to be honest, real special.
Man, for sure. Well, D, I know that you are not only the coach at FACS, you are a native Memphian. You know things about the basketball community. You're close to what Penny's doing over there at the University of Memphis. You're connected to what Ja's doing with the Grizzlies. What are your thoughts on just the state of Memphis basketball from prep, college, NBA, altogether?
Man, Memphis has always been like a hotbed for basketball, but right now with what the Grizzlies are doing, man, it's phenomenal. Ja been coming here for 2 years at FACS. He do his workouts here, man. He been coming up here, man. Really, really nice guy, man. Really nice guy. His dad, his uncle, and they come up here and work out. And I saw the process of him getting better. It's special just to see, where he has come from. Like, when he first started coming here to now, like, you get to watch him on TV. I saw him working on his shot. His shot has got a lot better. And Ja's not one of them guys that just come in here and just play around. They for real. He get in here and they stretch and they get into it, like working out the whole time. He don't play around, and I can see why he doing so good, because, man, he really works. And it's like 2 or 3, he'll call me late at night, like, can we get in the gym? Like, he's serious about it. And Penny, man, I've been knowing Penny for a long time. He pretty much started his Team Penny AAU program here at FACS. That's where they used to practice it. And, like, I mean, I knew it from day one. Like, I know he had his times up and down, but Penny loved basketball. Like, this dude will practice. He'll start 3 o'clock and he'll go to 10 o'clock with these AAU teams. And I still talk to him a lot, man. We couldn't have a better guy, to coach our team. He loved these kids. He loved the game. And I really think before it's said and done, like, Penny will win. He win wherever he is. I think he's going to get the job done to bring Memphis his first national championship here. I think he's going to get it done.
Man, for sure. Well, D, we appreciate you coming on. One quick question for you before you go to break, man. With Ja, when he says, welcome to the dark, you watched him practice. Was he actually in the dark, or did y'all have the lights on for him?
No, we had the lights on.
Okay, good. All right.
We
want to make sure.
The lights on.
No. You can't. Yeah, you can get in the gym, but we can't turn the lights on.
I wonted it that way it came from. Hey, man,
you gonna pay that light bill?
School's out. Hey, school's out, man. We're not. Yeah, come on, John. Yeah,
come on, John.
That would have been dope, but that's where it actually came from, though.
Flashlights, just out here.
Phone lights, yeah. But D, we appreciate you coming on, man. Let's go ahead and get another one next year, man. To put beside that trophy you already get.
Hey, hopefully I'll be on the phone with y'all again this time next year.
That sounds good, man.
Coming up.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Congratulations. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank y'all.
D. Wilkes joining us. And, son, Kobe. Sounds like a player.
Yeah. It makes you. It just shows you how old you are when you got, like, kids that are getting ready to go to college who were named after Kobe Bryant. Like, good God, man. We're old. Yeah, man. We're old for sure.
He's named after Kobe.
Yeah. Props to D. He had a tough couple of years.
Wasn't named after Kobe Simmons. That's
wasn't after Kobe Simmons.
Kobe Altman.
Yeah, man. Tough couple of years for D, and to get that championship, I'm sure.
Carl, former Laker.
Kobe Carl. Yeah.
We'll come back and continue here on the program, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 98.5.
Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio, presented by Tito's Vodka, from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Belly Acres' motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. 2 great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Daria or the Double Daria, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Belly Acres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Belly Acres, to become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis, burger shakes and smiles at Belly Acres.
Spring is around the corner. That means the sounds of air conditioners cranking up will be in the air soon. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. This month only, receive $1,000 off the purchase of a new Carrier AC unit. No gimmicks, just $1,000 off for the Choates Early Bird Carrier AC Special. If your AC is in good shape, call us to get your $60 20-point AC tune-up to get your AC cleaned and ready for the warm seasons ahead. Choates is here for all your cooling, heating, plumbing, air duct cleaning, and commercial needs. Call us today at 347-8086 to take advantage of these early bird specials. Or to schedule online, visit ChoatesHVAC.com. So turn to the experts with Choates. And remember, let our family serve your family.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
It's Conference Championship Week in college basketball, and FanDuel Sportsbook has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can place their first college basketball bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. The app is so easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and sign up with promo code CASH to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. That's promo code CASH. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Now, back to Sports 56 Grind Time. This hour is brought to you by Poultry Power. Here once again are Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane.
What'd you think about that, Darren?
It reminds me of a friend I had.
My guy.
It reminds me of a friend.
Something wrong with y'all.
Hey man, that guy. Hey, that guy.
Good stuff, though.
Hey, that guy has got. Hey, he's legit. He does like. I mean, concerts and shows. He's got different dudes come in and collaborate with him.
He sounds legit, but he looks weird.
Oh, you got. Hey, that's
you got to see beyond the clock.
Hey, see him on Sway. He did the Sway show. He did a freestyle. It was really good. And you could see that they were skeptical. Like y'all were like, who's this? Look at this dude. And then by the end, they're like, okay,
Right.
all right, okay.
Got to give him his prop.
Okay, I see what you're doing. All right. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Mark Reblay, Loop Daddy, they call him.
Not to be confused with Michael Bublé.
No. Definitely not. He's a whole different dude. For sure. As we mentioned, Ole Miss, Missouri coming up in just a little bit. 4:30 pregame, 5 o'clock tip. The SEC tournament getting underway. Ole Miss looking to advance. We will have all the action for you right here on Sports 56. I love the conference tournament. I love conference tournament week because, I don't know, man, it's just, you see all these teams. It's desperation time. Mm-hmm. You see how teams really, some teams come together and just kind of, it all works out beautiful. Some teams, it just shows how bad their seasons really have been. The SEC tournament is going to be, it could be pretty wild, quite honestly. There's a lot of teams out there. We mentioned Ole Miss, Missouri, technically the 13 seed and the 12 seed. Ole Miss a slight favorite in the game. Georgia, definitely the 14th seed, the worst team in the conference, against Vanderbilt coming up tonight as well. But then after that, Alabama's the 6th seed. Alabama could win this thing. I don't think they will, but they could.
Yeah.
I mean, they have enough talent, and if they play at their absolute best, LSU's the 5. LSU, same kind of situation with them. They had some big wins this year. And then Auburn, the 1, Tennessee 2, Kentucky 3, Arkansas is the 4. They won't jump into action until Friday with the double bye situation that so many of these tournaments have turned into with the 14 and all that different teams. But I think it's a real opportunity, and I think I'm gonna tell you this, man. I got to see how these brackets play out.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I'm ready to go on a limb already.
With your team?
Step on out there.
I'm gonna step out right now.
Uh-oh.
There will be 2 SEC teams in the Final Four this year.
That's a limb.
Auburn and who?
You going Tennessee?
Kentucky is the one out. The other one I would pick.
Yeah, Auburn. Okay.
Who you saying?
Kentucky and Auburn. But
Okay.
I think Tennessee and Arkansas also could make a run. Both those teams. Now Tennessee is Rick Barnes has a history of kind of pooping the bed in the tournament, but they have when they hit threes, they are
4
much like the Grizzlies. Much like the Grizzlies. If Tennessee hits threes, they are absolutely insane. The first half against Arkansas over the weekend, they were amazing. Just ran it up on a really good team, and then second half tells you why you can't fully trust them because they almost gave it all back. But I think because the SEC is so good, I think there'll be 2 Final Four teams.
Final
I can see
from the
Four.
SEC.
My sleeper was Illinois. I was talking to Stats last week, and I told him Illinois is my sleeper. Kofi Cockburn, big man. I'm with it. What? I'm with it.
I mean, he's
Stats said until they put him in the pick and roll, and then I'm dead.
How old were you when you realized the name wasn't Cockburn?
I tried not to say it.
It's called Coburn, but it definitely doesn't look
Today.
like Coburn.
Right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it. For sure.
At all.
The CK is silent.
Uh-huh. Everything's silent. All right.
Gas away tomorrow?
Gas away tomorrow if we have a show.
Oh, man. Forgot about that. Yeah,
If
we
not,
might not be here tomorrow.
then Gas away won't be on tomorrow.
If Ole Miss wins, we at the house.
Yeah, if Ole Miss wins, we're going to have to reschedule some folks.
Yeah.
So, because not only Gas away, but Rob Fisher does the Star as well. So, very busy show theoretically.
Friday, let's just have everybody on.
If we have a show, we'll see. There'll definitely be a show next. Coming up next, it is sports time and then Ole Miss basketball. Y'all have a great Wednesday.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. When was the